The spirit of the troll stands before you. He attempts to pick up a nearby rock and frowns with confusion as his ghostly hand passes right through it.
An empty cave with a bare altar. Strange.
The altar before you seems relatively bare. There is no inscription to a god and no offering placed. All you can see is a smear of blood on its surface and a hollow that seems to call for something. You feel an invisible hand grab you by the throat. Cold, unseen lips brush your ear. You can't make out any words, but you understand what you're hearing. Whispered tears, screams in the dark, blood, pain, blood, blood. The hand releases you, and you stagger back, gasping. The altar watches you silently. It's waiting. The spirit of a Magister priestess kneels on the ground, her hands tied behind her back. She flinches as the ghostly sound of tortured screams from nearby catches your ear, and hers. She steals a look upwards at the source of the screams, then looks away again with a shudder. Another ghostly scream intensifies, hitting a peak, then abruptly ends. Panic washes over the Magister's spectral features. She's next. You suddenly feel pain, blinding, burning pain. Your screams have been reduced to hoarse whimpers. You're too weak to struggle against your chains anymore. An ugly, staccato voice rises above your whimpers, barking a command to someone. Dispose! You hear a wondrous sound, that of a merciful blade slicing downward through the air. The pain ends, and darkness envelops you. You behold the face of a nightmare. Soul's sickness incarnate, the rotten flesh of the world's most shameful desires, an all-knowing affliction. The God King's pallid envoy, walking the world as the Sallow Man. You feel him in your head, scrabbling for purchase amongst your thoughts, looking for a way in, his madness and his anger and his hate banging on the door of your mind. You try to speak or move, but you are no longer in control. The demon has overtaken you. He speaks with your lips. Your voice is his voice.
Hello again. You're looking even worse than usual, I must say. Nice to see you found something useful to do at the head of this ragtag bunch of degenerates.
Die!
Not today, I'm afraid. You see, I've got quite a powerful ally. Godwoken, in fact.
Kill!
With pleasure.
He leers at you. You feel his hate, his rage, his blinding thirst for blood. Your blood. He reaches into your mind and fails. He has no power now. The power is all yours. He howls in pain and hate and rage and tries to push you away, but he cannot. So he closes his eyes and summons everything. A raging torrent of memories washes through you, so fast you can barely see an image before it's gone. An elven child, the moon, the sun, the void, the dirt. The death in the fog amongst the trees. And at the last, part of the key to the mountain. Ralik, Vrogir, and Zor-Stissa worshipping the sun. Suddenly, for the first time since you first saw his face, he shows you fear. The God King promised him immortality, but now...
No!
You gaze into the mirror, and you see a red lizard.
Is that Sadher? I must see her. Step aside, please, and let me look into the mirror. Thank you. Now, let's see what visions this dark glass weaves. I see her. She's in a city. There's a great cathedral. Arcs. She's in the city of Arcs. I recognize the cathedral from paintings in my palace. I know where Sadher is. And once I leave this island, god or no god, I will find her.
The broom upon the glass spins and... The cloying miasma within the glass shimmers. The bilious film reforms in the glass and becomes...
Oh, God Woken, such a pleasure. Did you miss me? Wait, don't answer that. Of course you did. My lord's given me another chance, such is his grace and wisdom. As for you, well, you're out of chances. How many have you had by now, I wonder? 2, 3, 100? It must all be a blur for you. Life after death is the privilege of the favoured, darling. And to gain his favour, all he asks is but one gift.
She peers at you through narrow eyes. Her next words do not pass her lips, yet pierce your ears as if she'd spoken them.
Your head. divine God Woken? Why can't I just kill you? It doesn't matter. He'll fetch me like he always has. He won't deny me his glory, his presence, his scent. Has he not simply told you by now? Are you sure you're God Woken? That head of yours is awfully empty for a wannabe divine. Shouldn't you be wise or something?
You muster as much energy as you can, yet the spirit remains whole. She cackles at every gesture you make and every limb you contort in your futile efforts.
He'll take me back, and I'll come for you again and again and again. You'll be mine yet, and then I'll be his only chosen, his blessed one. Hush, he's come. He is here. Take me, Lord. I am yours.
I've spotted a trap.
Dwarf business. Might be of interest to Beast.
Well, give it here and be quick about it. Holy coyote. The Black Ring's operating from right inside Justinia's court. Their spy's been bending her ear, driving the strife. She ain't just working for her own gain, but for theirs. Maybe. Certainly seems Justinia's got the willpower of a hungry sourcehound. But that means what she can get talked into, she can be talked out of. It's got to be. All it took were a few magic tricks for her to make Justinia's eyes all wide and wandering. But it'll take more than a little hocus-pocus to save Isabel once I wrap my hands round her stinking neck.
Magisters. Not what they signed up for, I bet. Looks like those Black Ring made a lethal enemy.
Two Black Ring wargs, heaving, stinking mounds of gristle and malice, play like puppies with a large crimson gem.
Bows. Away. Now.
Smells good.
They lick their lips, the gem forgotten. For now. You lift the gem. It's both hot and cold. Within the stone, stars seem to shine. It's mesmeric. You slide the gem into your pack for later. The wargs still hungrily eye. The wargs tear the flesh apart, and you turn away.
I was hungry.
Me too. What was we doing?
Can't remember.
Me neither.
Let's go and chase rabbits.
Yeah, all right.
With a nod to you, the beasts amble away. The gem feels both extremely hot and extremely cold, and yet sits comfortably in your hand. Within the crimson crystal, a galaxy of stars seems to twinkle, and beyond the stars lies a strange and wondrous realm. The stars swirl and move, and form a face, the face of an imp.
Looky, looky, looky here! What's red and black and blue all over? Wrongly, 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 wrong! Your eye decides. Your eye! Now, looky, looky, looky here! If you have 3 eyes and take away 1, how many eyes are there? Last chance! Wrongly, 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 wrong! How many eyes are there in all the planes? Countless! Countless eyes! Good night!
The imp's face shatters into a billion stars once more. The gem You approach an undead, standing proud at the lip of a broken bridge. Understandably fearless of the fatal drop, she gazes into the lava sputtering below. Turning to you, she motions to the black ring corpses at her feet.
Good riddance to bad rubbish, eh? Only thing I like less than black ring are trolls. God-woken, are you? I thought so. I see it on you like an aura. I see such things, for I am the Watcher. And I seek such things, for I am a seeker. The Meister!
She bats one skeletal hand in a truly derisive fashion. Her crackling laugh sounds like dry leaves whirling in the wind on an autumn night.
The Meister's ragtag band are but a pale imitation of the tradition they sought to revive. I am one of the original seekers. We swore to be Knights of the Council, Guardians of Godwoken, and Defenders of Divinity. Together, we failed. But still, I try. Alone. Unless the Knight of Duna has been cursed. Void runs through his veins where source once flowed. I am sworn to protect the Council and all within it. But that same oath renders me unable to lift a blade against him. Release the Knight's good spirit from his corrupted shell, Godwoken. Do this, and I will gift you with the last standard of the original Seekers. If you seek ascension, it could help you greatly in the trials along the way. My thanks, and the thanks of Duna's Knights too. In life, I knew him well. He would hate to be like this. Believe me, you would be releasing him from torment. Please do.
A voice that is not your own rises within your skull. You are no child of Duna. A voice that is enter freely, child of Duna, but bring none of foreign blood. They are not welcome.
Statues coming to life?
man, girl. You need to get right up on my head, you do. Fran, you're back. Now get up on my head where you belong. Wait, what's this? There's a note in here. Good to have you home, Fran. And don't go running off on me again.
With great armored fists, the Knight of Duna pounds his own helmet rhythmically. The helmet is buckled inwards in places. Rivulets of blood trickle from beneath the visor.
Come, hear my joke. What is it that I guard? Ha! Wrong. I guard nothing. Do you hear me? Nothing! He showed me.
He leans forward. Glimpsed beneath the crumpled helmet is a mangled face and crazed, unblinking eyes.
It's all a joke. There's nothing to guard, only lies. You'll see for yourself once you're dead.
The Knight of Duna's features slacken. He looks almost calm, but the moment passes and his maniacal scowl creeps back.
No more talking, hear me? There's only one way this will end.
The knight bows his head and exhales. When he looks up once again, there's something different in his eyes. A passing flicker of lucidity.
Godwoken, I see you now. Pray to the altars. Don't let the void consume the world. The madness will return. I won't let myself become a danger to you. Farewell.
The knight's spirit is altogether more composed than his late corporeal form. His helmet rests in the crook of his arm, revealing an august, dwarven face, creased with worry.
I had to end myself, Godwoken. Death was the only salve for the madness foisted upon me. But these fiends resurrect those they have use of. Please, consume my spirit. I don't want to come back. I don't want to be their slave. Good. I thank you. Hopefully that creature's lies will rot alongside him. There's little I can do to help you. It's the altars that have that power. Bow to the altar of Duna, and to those of the others also. If you are worthy, they will show you the way. I was not worthy. I failed the gods twice over now. All I deserve is nothingness. I begged them to let me serve here on the island to pay penance. The Black Ring came and sacked the temple. The one that leads them, the sallow man, he cursed me. A curse of madness and terrible visions.
Carved onto the face of the altar is a dedication in honor of Duna, patron of the dwarves. Long may their mountain halls stand as a testament to him. Hard stone melts into cool water at your touch. Before you stretches a lake, or rather, a mire. The waters are fetid and rotten, the air filled with choking miasma. Through the dense fog, you hear a voice.
Duna, god of dwarves, gasps, "Please, cleanse this place. Let me breathe."
The miasma clears as the power of your blessing skips across the surface. You look down to see your face gazing back at you, reflected in now crystalline water. High above your reflection, the full moon stands vigil. You step back from the altar, the vision fading before you. As you leave, you notice a lunar rune has appeared, carved into the rock.
Ah, God-woken, you have succeeded where I could not. Please accept this with my thanks, and the thanks of all those I served alongside. The blessings of the original Seekers upon you.
She hands you a small yet heavy trinket, crafted of tarnished metal. Though cold, it feels comforting to the touch, like a worry stone or a familiar childhood toy.
Ever strike you that life is just a series of islands? Like, you put down roots. Damn it, Justinia, what the hell happened to you? The Black Ring's pulling our strings. I should have figured. But I've got to say, I'd rather she was just straight up cruel than simply too weak to resist an evil as flippin' obvious as the Black Ring. How could you be so stupid, Justinia? How could I? God's damn it all. That Isbel. She will pay.
Well, this all looks familiar. It certainly has that air to it. But I would make a terrible guide. Whatever place this once was, it was destroyed long before your time. We must access the Council of Seven. But let's be careful. Despite appearances, I have survived a lot. I would rather not experience death here. Large, impressive, glowing stones. It certainly has all the hallmarks of my people. Although we did not plaster our faces on every spare surface. That is the doing of your gods. It is not enough for them to curse you with their faces. Must they inflict them on stone too? I mean, at this point, it's just tacky.
Please, go ahead. Oh, honey, you should be. It was a trust not lightly given, I assure you. The mere recollection of this tune. It haunts me. Sometimes, in dreams, I hear it whistled, and I fear it's real. I fear I'll never wake up again because it holds me enthralled in the night. And when I think of what it made me do, it's enough to make me want to flay whoever sings it.
She pats your shoulder awkwardly.
But darling, no need to tense up so. I'd never do that to you. Well, not unless you'd attempt to sing the song before we meet the master. But you're far too smart for any such shenanigans, aren't you? Of course you are. Now then, on a more serious note, why didn't you kiss me? I don't need to be. Pity you don't want to be.
Pray speak.
Well, this place is, welcoming, isn't it?
Ifan claps you on the Losa looks...
See an impish pocket round.
Me too. This is fascinating.
The machine is manipulating time itself.
Inside
I'm in a
one
hurry
little
here.
glass nut. The perfect place to hide.
Love is not the answer. Answer search continues. A chicken is not the answer. Hostile threat detected. 2. Extirpation aborted. Returning to primary task. On touching the glowing ball of light, text appears before your eyes. Threat de-escalated. Returning to primary task. Answer search running. What is the universe? Answer not yet found. Search incomplete. Estimated search time 358,910,227 years. Estimated search time 3. Abnormal seismic activity threatened primary task operations. Operator sabotage suspected. To protect core functionality and data retention, first-level security measures were activated. Operator submitted override string. Large quadrupeds are playing with the framing device. The likelihood of quadrupeds having the capacity of play was calculated at 1 in 2. The likelihood of an operator lying about quadrupeds shaking the framing device was also calculated at 1 in 2. Operator was identified as most likely primary threat. Extirpation was deemed the safest and most logical action. Threat de-escalated, returning to primary task. Answer search running. Touching the glowing threat de-escalated. What is answer not yet found? You reach out to touch the altar. Its cold surface a curious foil to the thrumming and clanging metal that surrounds you. Your vision clouds, your head swims, and when the fog clears, you are still standing in the Imp Temple. You look around in confusion. This doesn't seem right. There's a cough behind you. Turning, you see Xanteza. Not some allegorical figure, not some awe-inspiring god, just her. She's leaning against one of the struts on the platform, taking you in.
Moon! I admit, it's hard to crack a joke these days. After all, what could be funnier than gods cowering inside their subjects? Well, I do have one idea.
She leans in, her eyes sparkling.
I have a proposition for you. I'll reveal if I'm telling the truth, but only if you disown your god.
Deep within, you can feel your god stirring, hissing like a snake.
Oh, make no mistake. I'm not asking you to support me at the Wellspring, just not to be beholden to him. To think for yourself, to make choices that you think are right, not what some half-dead god demands. Nope, your barnacle is stuck there. But you have the chance to go your own way, to make your own choices. I know what your god has asked you to do. The choices he's forced you to make. Was it right? Can you truly say it was worth it?
The anger that you felt just a moment ago, the unchained rage of your god, turns to ice in your bones. You can feel rage becoming something verging on hate. The quiet inner voice that you have almost gotten used to is silenced, and you feel your god withdrawing, retreating, locking itself away somewhere you cannot reach.
Thank you! I haven't laughed like that in many centuries.
Her form melts away to smoke, leaving nothing but a platform bathed in light from a huge, bright moon. You suddenly hear something in the distance, a strange but familiar tune. Sabine freezes. You recognize it as a Scar song. The Master is near.
A moment years in the making. Soon, I will have my vengeance.
She shakes your hand with a polite nod.
Sing the song when I signal you, and wish me good luck.
Did the God King send ya? Did he send ya? As ready, God King. They came out of nowhere and killed us all. As ready. Rise me up. Rise me. I serve the God King. This ain't right. This ain't how it's supposed to be. This ain't the promise.
One step, then another, ever closer. You can tell from her bearing, Sabine has never been so ready to kill, so on the brink of impending action. She's like a cat, all concentrated muscle, that split second before it pounces. Another step, ever closer. The moment has finally come. She's found the Master. The eyes of predators meet.
Sabine?
He snaps his fingers, and she involuntarily snaps to attention.
Here you go, breaking my heart.
That's the plan, Master mine.
He sighs, sadly.
I don't begrudge you your freedom, Sabine. Your escape relieved me of having to witness your death by your own hand. The inevitable last command. I would have watched you, like I have all this time, glad to see you live, sometimes even laugh. I'm very fond of you, you know?
The feeling's not quite mutual.
Not yet.
Another snap, different fingers, different sound. She looks to the ground. She's bowing before him.
Utter control. The tool of a tyrant, you think? But you're mistaken. Let me indulge you with an explanation. Everything I do for a much greater good. The supreme example of this is you, Sabine. She's the prime scion. It had to be her. The other scions knew and welcomed her. They sought out their own killer. It was all so very elegant. What I did had to be done, Sabine. And I had to be the orchestrator, for I am the House of Shadows. I am the Fate Weaver. I am the hand that guides a blind world.
Sabine slowly draws her needle.
Time to get to the point.
My, you still have the needle I gave you. How very gratifying. A fine instrument, is it not? Precise, exact, just like me. Just like you. You should know that I forced you to shed the blood of scions because rather than a killer, it transformed you into a savior of untold millions. Here's the final truth, Sabine. The true evil here is not me. It's you. The Mother Tree and her scions do not seek to carve out their own part of peace in this world. They seek to carve out the whole wide world for themselves. They want their roots to conquer every last inch of Rivellon. World domination. The prevalence of one race over all others. That is what they desire. That is what I counteract.
Finally figured that out, did you?
But there is merit to my madness. Can you say the same of your mania? I don't begrudge you your freedom, Sabine. But you came all you see is red. You've lost sight of all reason. You know how the scar works. You know I have but to sing a single tune. You've no hope whatsoever of defeating your master.
He sings. The Scar song swells, 1,000 tiny needles in Sabine's soul, chipping away at her will. She looks at you with hope and defiance, gives the signal. You must sing the song. Your voice harmonizes with the Master's. Stunned, he hesitates, and yours becomes the dominant melody. Sabine is free from his influence.
Dear me, you're a miracle worker. I'll take it from here.
The patient cat finally pounces. She strikes, precisely, exactly. Her needle pierces his neck, spears his vocal cords, filling his throat with blood. Checkmated and muted, he staggers back, all a feared fury. This is it. It's time to kill the Master.
I must speak with this spirit. Stay close. Danger may yet lurk in the shadows.
Very good. Now for some answers.
Red Prince, at last we meet, or rather, meet with your awareness of my presence. How often I've stood by you but an arm's length away, a shadow within the shadows. Untouchable. Almost like meeting an old friend. Or, in the present circumstances, a kindred spirit.
Even in death, his eyes are black holes in a black-skinned sky. He bows with the deference of a noble among nobles, swinging ever so playfully between sincerity and sarcasm.
I suppose I should start with an apology for the attempts on your life. Talk about getting off on the wrong foot, wouldn't you say?
Failed attempts, remember? Hardly made me break a sweat, those lackeys of yours.
To my astonishment, and, I admit, my admiration. You may find this hard to believe, but given different circumstances, I would have been quite content to let you live. Let you play the Emperor from your golden throne in your golden city. Alas, certain events beyond even my control were set in motion. Ripples became waves. I had to act. And so I arranged for you to meet with an unfortunate self-inflicted end. I did, but of course I didn't know then he was God-woken. Stronger than the demon. It's almost a pity we found ourselves on such opposite sides. All because of who you are, and all because of who she is. It was Sadha who set events in motion, Red Prince. If you were the ripple, she was the wave. She's a tidal wave that will take wing, become a murder of dragons, red as the setting sun, that will alight every corner of this world with the terrible splendor of fire.
How could I have? She never spoke of dragons.
Then she has her prize, whereas you were kept in the dark, ignorant of the fateful prophecy. The simple truth of the matter is that yes, we lizards were dragons once. The mightiest creatures to rule sky, earth, and sea. But such was the jealousy of our power that all other races united against us and brought us to the brink of extinction. No one knows what happened next. Was it wizardry? Was it Zol Stissa who took mercy on us even then? Suddenly we were dragons no more. Lizards instead. And as lizards we flourished and built an empire once more. But the House of Dreams trades in prophecy. They've always known we could be dragons again. For one day a man and a woman will be born, and their skin will be red. And the fruit of their union will be great red dragons.
A day that will come to pass.
Curse your obstinance. Listen to me. I was the House of Shadows. This was my role. I saw the great games in motion, allowed them their flux when they advanced for good, cut them short when they advanced for evil, even if it meant doing evil. The renaissance of dragons would spell the end of our race, plain and simple. To that end I needed you to die, but you proved to be all too worthy an opponent. An opponent I would even now see an ally. Ally with me, Red Prince. Find Sadha and kill her. If she births dragons, all other races will unite against us, and this time they will destroy us for good. We were spared last time. The condition of our continued existence was that we'd never let the dragon roar again.
They look each other in the eyes, like two chess players contemplating their next move.
Actually, I think I'll call his bluff. Now then, I'm the Red Prince. Your role in this story is over. I am its sole protagonist. Sadha may indeed be dangerous. I may decide she must die. I may not. But it will be my decision. You're out of options, Master of Shadows. Tell me where she is.
The Shadow Prince stands checkmated, and he knows it.
I truly have no choice, have I? Very well. I must put the fate of all lizards in your hands. But beware. Sadha is ultimately dangerous. Not only will she be the mother of dragons, I fear she's fallen in with an old enemy. Them.
He points to the fallen black ring.
If I'm correct, and Sadha's heart has been darkened by the ring, you may be able to find her through their scrying magic. There's a thing on this island known as the Sallow Man. He is a master of mirrors. Mirrors like his will read your mind and show you what you desire. A word of warning, though. He is like a shred. Be careful, and become the savior of all lizards, Red Prince. Become the true emperor of your people.
I will be emperor, yes. Of lizards or dragons, that remains to be seen.
The tree must fall. The tree must fall. The elven tree must fall. The elven tree.
There's no time to waste. It feels magnificent, if somewhat unreal. But first things first.
You look on as Sabine bares her arm and drags her needle across the word master, like a knife, drowning the black ink in blood. With a few ripples of sauce, the wound closes, leaving behind but new scar tissue that effaces all trace of the hated word that was.
Thank you. You're such a sweetheart.
She laughs. Her cat eyes dance with mirth.
Now, it's over.
She hugs you back warmly. Next, she takes your hand in hers, meets your eyes in earnest.
I just can't thank you enough. I could never have defeated the Master without you. I owe you everything. But I do, and I won't forget. I am free now.
She places a hand over the fresh scar on her arm.
I've known the opposite too long to want to spend another day hollow with hate. Another night hollow with loneliness. I most certainly can, if you show me a little love.
You kiss her on the cheek, and she laughs, full of life.
Yes. If this man was to be believed, he was the House of Shadows, which implies said institution exists no longer. I am not of the opinion, however, that this man was to be believed. Was he prince? Maybe. Did he truly work for the good of our empire? Perhaps. He could have been no more than a lowborn, with a taste for drama and deceit. He could be one shadow prince in a legion of thousands. All that matters is, he's dead. No longer can he stand in my way, or pose a threat to Sadha. Which quite calls for a celebratory round of drinks, as far as I'm concerned.
I've spotted something.
The air is thick with heavy flakes. An emblem of the sun glows faintly on the altar, but all you can hear is the hiss and rumble of the volcano and your own heavy breath. The air is thick. An emblem of the sun glows faintly on...
I can't make heads nor tails of this.
Reading of the wonders of Zolstissa, it's clear where her people get their feelings of supremacy from.
You there! Prithee, goodly traveler, Might I prevail upon you to answer a question? You see, I am on a mission most grave. I seek a sorcerer most foul, most reviled, most feared. Her name is...
His pincers scissor wildly.
Septa the Ineffable! Have you heard tell of this wicked beast on your travels? Oh no. You spoke to her. Face to... whatever you call the odd frontly part of your person. I regret to inform you, you haven't much longer to live then. Now that she has your scent, it won't be long until Septa tracks you here and guts you like a minnow. You have my sympathy. The hunt continues. Imperio, away!
This is not quite the safest place I've ever been.
We'd better find a way inside before it all goes up in smoke. And us with it.
The spirit before you drips.
Ah, Godwoken. You know how you relive bad exams in your nightmares? Good news, you get to relive them in death, too.
He rolls his neck, sauce gurgling and spouting from the deep gash. He laughs, and his laugh is a bitter one.
As I was facing the trials, I was killed by another Godwoken hopeful. He's long gone now, but I'm still here. I just can't stop thinking about it. That one answer, the one I couldn't get in time. Anan Fallon Reveal. Anan Fallon Reveal.
His face lights up, gratitude shining forth from it.
That's it! That's it!
He begins to fade from view, but as he disintegrates, he traces an esoteric sigil in the air between you and pushes forceful energy into you, restoring you. Countless symbols cover the stone tablet's surface, forging a riddle between several languages. You make out one ruined line. The champion must offer a burning stone to the dragon's mouth. Brachus's spiky scribbles tied fire runes to the cult of the dragon. This altar would require a fire rune. You place the offering deep inside the dragon's mouth. Something in the dark seizes your wrist. The grip tightens to sheer agony. Cold metal presses against you to soothe the ache. When you reach for it, your fingers catch on a pair of greaves. As you pull the armor free, the bitterness of betrayal cuts through you. Ash clouds the room, hot as a forge. You stand high on a black cliff housing Zolstis's temple. Other lizards scream, declaring you a blasphemer.
I see you. And inside you is the strength I've been looking for. Patience, you must fight.
The vision fades. A lizard stares at you with open delight. His torn garb resembles that of a priest.
I welcome you, honored one. Be at peace, for your day has come. Do not hesitate. The ritual is prepared for you at the proper place. My master awaits. It is where the world changed. The Devourer opened our eyes. You must see this truth for yourself. Join the master at the temple of the false goddess, Zolstissa. We cannot leave him waiting.
The air is thick with an emblem of...
Bring me proof that the sallow man is dead.
Good.
Your reward, as promised. The altars of the gods each reveal an affinity towards either the sun or the moon. There are pillars outside the entrance to the Council Academy. Align each pillar to the corresponding celestial body. Ralek, Vrogir, and Zolstissa favored the sun, while Duna, Tyrsendilius, Xantedsa, and Amadia favored the moon. And the lever that opens the entrance. It requires a great power source. I have one for my own use, of course, but you will have to find something for yourself.
All is well that can.
Sabine clears her throat to get your attention.
I have the Shadow Prince's heart. Enjoy.
The Scion eats the lizard's heart, one chamber at a time. 1, 2, 3, and then it is gone. She holds her hand out.
This may aid you on your journey. It is a powerful rune. You may use it as you wish, Sabine. Your actions cause great pain to the Mother. You cause great pain to all elves when you run from duty. You cause great pain to yourself. But now you are here. The Mother forgives. It is time for you to fulfill your destiny. You are the Prime Scion. You are the daughter of the Mother Tree. You are the one that will replace her. You must take root now. The Mother is sick. Soon she dies. It is time. The elves need a new mother. They need you. Take root, Sabine. The Mother demands it of you.
This is a momentous decision. I'm not entirely certain. You do? Then I think you're right. I'll not do it.
Prime Scion. Prime traitor. Strong is bark, weak is flesh. Even this dying heart will shred you.
Sabine lays a hand upon your forearm.
Step back. I have business with the Mother. I'm going to kill her. You must allow this. It's important.
Sabine reaches out to the tree. She allows her power to burgeon and grow. And then she directs it all at the tree shudders. And then screams. The heart of the Mother Tree withers and dies. All is still.
Yes?
She sighs.
Deep down, it feels like a betrayal. A just betrayal. I know that many will say I've failed our people, but I don't think I have. Even as I sat on the Prime Scion's throne as a child, watching pilgrims pass by in worship, I could hear her whisper, Much like the Master would whisper, Mother and Master. There was precious little difference between the two. Both of them longed for power so absolute it's no more than an abstract. Yet it is that very abstract that causes so much actual misery for those that stand in its way. My heart may be conflicted, but my mind is not. I did the right thing.
Sebil, you killed the mother. We are free. We may go where we please. My heart is filled with gladness that you are with us, Sebil. I hope to see you again. I hope you find that which you seek. Set yourself free, Sebil, like you have set us all free.